Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed, and today we're going to make an amazing flower. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for further notifications, and all supply links are going to be down below for you guys to check that out. So what I have today is I have the dies from Rinea. Now these are supposed to make a star, a beautiful star, but you can also make a flower. What I have right here is I have the Rinea foiled paper. This is in sapphire, and this is the glossy. And on the back side of the glossy is gold, which is what we're going to be working with today. So what I did is I took the dies. This is a set. It all comes together, and there's a small, a medium, and a large. I cut out 2 smalls, 2 mediums, and 2 larges. As a heads up, this is a sneaky peek of what I am doing in my class at Creativation 2019. So you guys are getting a small little tidbit of what is coming and some fun new techniques. So what I've done is I am taking my stamp. I helped design the stamp with Rinea. This is the Oma stamp because it is a postcard that was blown up. It's written in German because the roots of the company, the Rinea company, are German. And we blew it up. It's actually from the owner's grandmother's handwriting, and it became a script. And we did the script so that it would be a 6x6 stamp. So no matter if you were doing card making or whatever, it would fit beautifully. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a Stays On ink because this ink stays on the foil because this is like a super glossy paper basically. And we are going to stamp directly onto the little circles here. So here we go. Now we lift it up. It's giving it a distressed vibe. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp up all the rest of these circles on the gold side. All right, I'm now going to go back to one of my first little circles, and this is why I put my craft mat down because you can see how it's getting everywhere. If you just want to put a piece of paper down, that's fine too. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do one stamp only on one of them on the turquoise side and get it nice and good. If you notice, I'm not even using a stamp block. The stamp is so nice and big. I'm just kind of rubbing my hands, and you get beautiful coverage. So it takes a couple seconds for the ink to set. Go back to one of the first ones I did, and if you notice, it's already on there. It's beautiful. Now that all my stamping is done, I'll clean my stamp off later. I'm going to start with the biggest circle. So take the biggest circle, and this is where you're going to start forming it into a flower. So I'm going to get a little closer here. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you take your finger and you kind of pinch in right here. You kind of fold it down and squish it in. So it gives it this little point right here. So you're taking, I got a little bit of a boo-boo on my finger, so I'm really sorry about that if I kind of am acting a little funny with my finger. I cut it the other day. So you're just going to kind of come in, you're pinching it and then folding it over, giving it this little point right here. Of course, it's right on the thumb, right on the finger that I'm trying to do the most work here. So it's like you're coming in as a V and then using my finger right here as a buffer and then pinching just like that. So you're creating these little rivets right here, and that pop of turquoise is popping out again. Bring it into a V, use my finger as kind of a hold, and then squish it down. So it's got a little ridge. So the cool thing about this paper, if you're noticing, it holds its shape. Whatever shape I happen to put it in, it's going to keep it that way, which is fantastic. So if you wanted to, I'm not going to on these particular flowers, but if you wanted to give it even that much more dimension, you could stamp right on the edges. So you could stamp right along here because that's the little part that's kind of popping up. Your call, it's up to you. I'm not going to. I feel like there's enough going on right now, and truly you're not going to see that much of it. So it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just kind of creating the elements for our flower. I'm going to do that for every single one of these flowers, including the one that we did the double stamp. All right, so now that all my flower pieces are done, you're going to start with the largest 2 pieces. And I'm going to take a little bit of my super tight glue. This is a Max dual tip glue pen. And I'm actually going to come in with the flat end and just kind of rub around a little bit of glue right there. This is a great hold. It's going to do a fantastic job. And I'm just going to lay my first layer of flower right in there. So as you can see right there, ta-da! And then I'm going to repeat going to the next smaller. Now the cool thing about this particular glue is that it is going to have a little bit of a hold on the foil, and we are also going to be able to maneuver it around. So it's not going to be super stuck. And the one that we didn't double do here. The last one I'm going to go in with the other side because I'm running out of space here. Come in right in here, add a little dab of glue. And then I am going to take this piece and kind of cone it up, make it like a big cone. And if you want to take a pen, this would be handy to take a pen in here and use that to kind of get inside of there. Now this looks very, very, very blue. And I want to see a little bit more gold showing up. So I'm going to kind of play around with my layers and open some more layers back up, kind of squish it. It's got some great, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about this particular kind of foil is that you can manipulate it. So I'm just going to kind of come in and play around, open some more. I want to see some more of that gold. And you can squish it around, you can morph it, kind of play, and it's supposed to look like this really cool mixed media flower. So I'm going to keep kind of tweaking and playing with this a little bit and get some more of that gold kind of showing up. Keep squishing, flatten some pieces out a little bit more, pull some of these layers just to get it to where I want it to go. You could also reverse this entire flower so it would look more gold with more hints of blue, but you know, it works both ways. I love that you get that double layer of color happening. It's so pretty. Look, there it is. Now you can see all those little hints of blue popping in there. So I'm going to come in, this is the weird part, I'm going to come in with my flower, I'm going to ball it up and then spread it all out. Give it some more dimension, really kind of pop in, give it all that really pretty dimension. Just smash it around, make it look cool. So here it is. So this is another version I made previously. As you can tell, they just, every time you make a flower, it's going to look a little bit different. It's going to look a little bit more fun, and it's just really cool. Now, what can you add this to? Cards, layouts, mixed media projects, all kinds of fun stuff. This is actually going on a box I'm creating for one of my classes, but there's no end to the possibilities of what you can do with these beautiful flowers. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button, and supply links are down below, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye-bye.